Hi, this is Stan Bush.
Hi, this is Stephanie Calvert.
This is John Payne.
This is Jack Hughes.
Hey everyone, this is Britt Lightning from Vixen.
Hi, I'm Carrie Stevens.
Hello, I'm Kofi Baker.
And you're listening to Play That Rock and Roll.
One of the songs that I got to bring up from the CD is you guys did a cover of Cold Night for Alligators, which you originally produced for Roky Erickson back in the early 80s. That song is an absolute trip, perfect for the Halloween season we got going on right now. When you look back on working with Roky in that era, he's a fascinating character in rock and roll, but I've heard he could be challenging. What are your memories of working with him in the studio?
Well, everything you've just said is pretty near 100% accurate. He's a rock and roll character, and at times he could be challenging. Rocky in his later years suffered from mental disabilities, some forms of psychosis. He'd taken a lot of psychedelics when he was in the 13th floor elevator, and I don't know, I didn't know him then, but they definitely had an effect on him. And when he was arrested for marijuana possession in Texas, 3 seeds was a felony. It still may be a felony in Texas.
Yeah, Texas. Yeah.
And instead of being sent to prison, his representation, his lawyers got him sent to Rusk Mental Hospital, where he I think fell deeper into the cycle of unwellness. Right. But he did have if he would take his medication, he was just as sharp and normal as you or I. But he didn't like it, and I understand why. It makes you feel, all of that kind of psychotropic stuff makes you feel not yourself. Your skin itches, whatever. There's a side effect, multiple side effects. And so working with him often was a challenge because his attention span was shortened dramatically. I think it created a ADHD kind of reaction. So when he was on, he was really on, and when he wasn't, it was all his manager could do would be to help keep him, to help me keep him focused.
Yeah.
Then at a certain point, we just have to say, that's, Brock, that's it. We'll start again tomorrow. Great work for today. Get some rest, get a meal.
Yep.
And we'll see you tomorrow. The first time we were going to do vocals, it was at a little studio in Austin, owned by the guy Willis Allen Ramsey. Now Willis made his money by writing the song "Muskrat Love" for the Captain and Tennille. And he had this little recording studio in Austin, down in the street somewhere, 3rd Street, 2nd Street, I forget where it was exactly. But I had to go down to Rusk Institution and get Roky released for the day to go to work. And to do so, I had to put on a coat, a sport coat, and tie. So when I went in, to get Rock out, and we call him the Roky. To get Roky out, we had to, I had to go through a bit of a debriefing with the medical staff. And so while I'm waiting around for them to round Roky up, all the other, not all of them, but many of the other inmates came up to me thinking I was a doctor, and they
Oh,
wanted me to get them out as well.
oh my gosh.
So that was before we got to the studio. I've got all this going on in my head, uh,
We're,
but
did you ask if
finally,
any played guitar or something? Maybe there was some session
I don't
guys
know
you could have
what
used.
I think. Rocky had a lot of people pretty well trained inside, to make life pretty easy for him.
Yeah.
For himself in there. The last recording sessions that we did for the album before we started Mixdown was in Marin County, San Anselmo, I think, a little recording studio called a church, owned by a guy named Bill Steele, who actually went to high school with, and had lost contact with for decades. I graduated high school in, I think, 61, and I ran into him again in the 80s. So, but Rocky was, by then, he was like flying by the seat of his pants. And we only had 16 tracks. And once those tracks were filled up, uh, just to make sure that we had, what we needed on tape that we could, work with, edit with later, I just ran a 2-track machine and just kept recording over and over and over, the big reels of 2-track, quarter-inch 2-track. And if we found something that he sang better and we were out of track, we didn't have it on the multi-track, we'd have to wild sync it in. So a lot of times he sang the verses out of order that you hear on the record.
Okay.
So I had to rewrite the tunes in the order that you hear. I mean, I didn't write the lyrics, but
Right.
I rearranged so that the songs made sense from start to finish. He had a great band, the Aliens. Dwayne Aklaskin was a guitar player, a band leader, really good bass player. Steve Morgan, Fuzzy Furioso on drums, Bill Miller on auto harp, electric auto harp. Great band. Really complimented Rocky on the recordings that we did. We did 15 songs. 10 of them came out on a CBS UK release, and then 10 of them, the 5 alternates, the 5 that were left off, came out on the 415 release that Howie Klein did on his small label, San Francisco independent label, 415 Records. So there was 2 releases that encompassed those 15 songs. Then it's since been re-released multiple times, repackaged. I think the last one was by a company in the Pacific Northwest, Light in the Attic. And
Okay.
they did all 15 songs on one disc.
Yeah.
So finally they all came together in one spot. But yeah, working with him was a real honor, actually, because Rocky was one of the giants, one of the great rock and roll vocalists
Yeah.
of my era. The 13th Floor Elevator was like the first real psychedelic band that I ever saw at the ballrooms. I saw him at the Avalon a couple of times, and I never imagined that I'd be working with him. But I was friends with his manager, and he got us together, and it worked. The last time I saw Rocky was in Austin. And he used to have this annual birthday party celebration called, it was Roky Erickson's Ice Cream Social. And I saw him perform there with another band that I produced called the Explosives. And he told me that he really liked the work that we did together. And because we'd never really spoken in person about how it came out, but I was thrilled that he thought it was good work, and he was really proud of it, and of course I am to this day. I think it actually got a good Rolling Stone magazine review as well.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, 3.5 out of 4 stars or something. Wow, that's better
Yeah.
than they didn't give Creedence that much.
That sounds about right. Well, that is a great story. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I have to imagine Rocky gave you some of the most unique experience for a producer of all time.
Oh my God. You know, he had a nickname for me, which is stuck over the years. He called me Buzzy. Hey, Buzzy, what song we gonna do today? I say, well, Rocky, what do you feel like singing? You know, and why do you call me Buzzy? He says, because you're just always buzzing around. You're just buzzing around. I'm calling you Rocky. Calling you Buzzy. That's your name. Okay, you know, didn't want to argue with my man.
Yeah.
You know, like, whenever Rocky came in, he was in a good mood. I said, let's get right to work,
Yep.
and get stuff done. And you know, yeah, that album is. I still listen to it. You know, I mean, I don't listen to much Creedence anymore, but you know, after 25 years of playing with Cosmo and Creedence Revisited,
Yeah.
I think I got enough of the tunes in me. I mean, I can put myself to sleep listening to them in my head.